All right, so we are beginning a new chapter now called The Laws of Motion, which we will examine the Newton's three laws of motion in detail and look at them and how they kind of apply to our everyday life. This week we are going to focus on Newton's first law. Before we really get to Newton's first law, we have to be able to understand the subject of inertia and what that is. And inertia is the tendency of an object to resist its change in motion. Key thing to know about inertia is that it depends only on mass, nothing else. The more massive an object is, the greater the inertia. The smaller the mass, the less inertia it has. It is really as simple as that. Speed does not matter at all. A lot of times students like to think, oh, if it's going faster, then it has more inertia. It doesn't. It only has to do with the mass. So let's look at a few scenarios. Which of these has more inertia? A car or a plane? How about an elephant or a mouse? And a rhinoceros or a horse? Okay. Hopefully we've been able to answer those correctly because that will be important as we look more at Newton's first law of motion. So what Newton's first law of motion states is that an object moving at a constant velocity keeps moving at a constant velocity unless acted on by an unbalanced force. Okay, couple of words there from last chapter coming back. Constant velocity. Remember, that means an object is not accelerating. So it's not speeding up, it's not slowing down, it's not changing direction. Okay, unless that unbalanced force acts upon it. So it keeps doing what it's been doing. If it was moving at 30 meters per second, it's going to continue to move at 30 meters per second unless an unbalanced force acts on it. Okay, if it was sitting at rest, it is going to continue to sit at rest until an unbalanced force acts upon it. Okay, so why does this matter? Where does this? Sometimes it's called the law of inertia. Okay, so seatbelts in cars, jumping out of a tree. Remember that the more force, okay, the more massive